What is happening, everybody? It's the Miami Football Fanatic here again. And in today's video, going to be going over the Dolphins options in the first round of the draft at pick 11. Going to be going over every single position, guys who I definitely envision being there at pick 11. And just giving you my take on the guys who I think will be there at pick 11. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so starting with the most important position in the NFL, obviously the quarterback position. And then the top two guys I really don't see being that pick 11 is Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen. Baker Mayfield definitely can go top 10, but I really think he is a wild card to drop out, especially with his size and in character concerns. But in my opinion, I'm really not a big fan of Baker Mayfield. He might be, an awesome talent on the field, but I really don't think he has the makings of an NFL quarterback or like the character, the demeanor of an NFL quarterback. I can just see like cocky, entitled, dickhead, similar to Johnny Manziel. Not as bad as Johnny Manziel. He doesn't come from oil money from Texas or anything like that, but I definitely can see that entitlement with Baker Mayfield and just that incident running away from cops last year. Just an absolutely terrible look, and really don't want that. I really don't want that kind of player being our franchise quarterback moving forward for the Dolphins. So Baker Mayfield definitely could be there at pick 11, but I'm not a big fan. You guys can disagree, but Baker Mayfield really does not have the makings of an NFL quarterback. He might on the field as a talent, like as a quarterback talent, but there's much more to the quarterback position than just going out there and throwing the ball around. Okay, so Lamar Jackson definitely will be there at pick 11, but I really see him as more of a second or third round pick. So Lamar Jackson really isn't our future at quarterback. Josh Allen really could be an option at pick 11. After his Senior Bowl showing, it's going to be really hard for him to fall out of the top 10. But Josh Allen would absolutely love him on the team. Big, strong dude, and he really, really, really does look the part in every way. Okay, so running back, Saquon Barkley's definitely gone top 5. We got no chance of grabbing Saquon Barkley. Darius Geis definitely could be there at pick 11. He's incredibly explosive and powerful running back from LSU. Darius Geis definitely would transform the offense and help to take some of the burden off Ryan Tannehill. I really don't see Ryan Tannehill as someone that can carry the whole offense on his own. Someone like a Brady or Roethlisberger. Really don't see that in Tannehill's future. Okay, so moving on to wide receiver, Courtland Sutton, big receiver from SMU. Really could be an option there at pick 11. Only if Jarvis Landry bolts in free agency or we decide Devontae Parker isn't in our future, Courtland Sutton could be an awesome replacement for Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry to pair with Kenny Stills and Jakeem Grant and Leonte Carew. Calvin Ridley is another option at pick 11. Incredibly explosive wide receiver from Alabama. Runs incredible routes. He's got absolutely crisp hands. Calvin Ridley would be absolutely awesome at pick 11 for us as a wide receiver. Tight ends, definitely aren't any tight ends who are worthy of being pick 11 in the first round of the draft. Most of the guys, Dallas Goedert definitely could go in the first round, but there's much better options for us at pick 11 than grabbing a tight end. Many of the rest of the guys are second, third, fourth round picks. Okay, so moving on to offensive tackle, Connor Williams from Texas. He'd be awesome on the team. Definitely worthy of he could go top 10 or even top 5. That's how talented of a tackle he is. He can play the left or right side, so Connor Williams would be a huge upgrade to the overall talent of our offensive line. Another guy who would lift the level of play is Michael Glinchey from Notre Dame. Michael Glinchey definitely can play left tackle or right tackle. I'd absolutely love him on the team. Colton Miller from UCLA. Definitely is more of a mid to late round pick. So Colton Miller really is an option. Orlando Brown, he could go anywhere in this draft. He could go top 5, top 10. He could even go early for second round, late, first round, mid first round. But Orlando Brown could go anywhere in the first round. If the Dolphins are high enough on him, which I don't really think he's in our crosshairs at pick 11, Orlando Brown can honestly go anywhere in the first round. So don't really see him as a target for us. Okay, so moving on to guard. Quentin Nelson, just the most safest pick that we can make at pick 11. He would just lift the offense totally as a whole. Would help Tannehill tremendously. Quentin Nelson just absolutely is a beast at guard. He's just an incredibly strong player. Just what he did at Notre Dame was just amazing. The way he was just throwing dudes around like they were ragdolls. So Quentin Nelson at pick 11 would be my number one choice at this point. Isaiah Wynn from Georgia. He did play left tackle this year, but he's being mostly seen as a guard as he played last year. But Isaiah Wynn's more of a late first round pick. Billy Price, similar to Isaiah Wynn, more of a late first round pick to early second round pick. Billy Price has that mean streak like Quentin Nelson, but Billy Price definitely isn't in play. At pick 11, center, top 3 guys, James Daniels, Mason Cole, and Frank Ragnow. Really don't see them being in play at pick 11. Okay, so moving on to defensive line, mainly defensive tackle, Maurice Hurst and from Michigan and Vita Vea of Washington. They would be 2 awesome picks at pick 11, especially if we decide to move on from Ndamukong Suh's contract this year. Maurice Hurst and Vita Vea would be surefire, just awesome picks at picks 11. But we really have many other needs on the team, being tight end, linebacker, and running back and quarterback. Defensive tackle really isn't a major need at this point, especially with the emergence of Devon Gottschall this year. Okay, so moving on to edge rusher, outside linebackers, and defensive ends. Bradley Chubb definitely isn't going to be there at pick 11. He really is going to go top 5 or top 10. So Bradley Chubb definitely isn't a realistic option. A guy who was an option for us is Harold Landry from Boston College. He looks like more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. Did have his hand in the dirt a bit this season, but Harold Landry, another option there at pick 11. Ogbonnia Okoronkwo from Oklahoma. I wouldn't be opposed to taking him at pick 11, especially because I do see traits of him being able to play linebacker. Like he really does have that speed and fluidity out there. But if you wanted to be an edge rusher in our system, I think it definitely would fit. The guy he's 6'1", 240 pounds, just an absolute looks like a marble statue and just plays like a banshee. He's just absolutely an incredible edge rusher. So Ogbonnia Okoronkwo, I wouldn't be opposed to taking him at pick 11. Sam Hubbard definitely is a mid to late first round pick. So yeah, that's it for edge rushers. Alrighty, so moving on to linebacker. 2 surefire guys right here who I absolutely would love at pick 11. Roquan Smith of Georgia. As you saw in the national championship and especially against Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl, Roquan Smith really has all the makings of just an absolutely tremendous NFL linebacker. So Roquan Smith, would absolutely love him. Roquan Smith and Quentin Nelson, my top 2 options for the Dolphins at this point in the first round at pick 11. Another guy would be Tremaine Edmonds, absolute animal from Virginia Tech, 6'5", 250 pounds. Had an absolutely tremendous year for Virginia Tech this year, and all the while being 19 years old. He had a tremendous season. Never seen a linebacker like him, 6'5", 250 pounds, just has tremendous burst and speed out there on the field, can do many things, can cover, can rush incredibly well. Tremaine Edmonds, he would be an awesome linebacker for us to take at pick 11. In my opinion, I saw him mostly as a second-round pick for most of this pre-draft process, but excuse me, as the draft process has progressed, it definitely has moved into the first round of many people's mock drafts. So Tremaine Edmonds, would love him. Rashaan Evans, a great linebacker, but I really don't see him being as talented as Roquan Smith, so it really isn't worthy of our 11th pick. The 11th pick is an awesome opportunity to take a player who really can make a difference, who can be a blue chip player and make a difference in the first year. So Rashaan Evans definitely is capable of doing that for us, but Roquan Smith and Tremaine Edmonds definitely have much more of a chance helping us out immediately, which is what you want from your number 11 overall pick. Okay, so moving on to cornerback. Minkah Fitzpatrick definitely isn't going to be there at pick 11. He's just Jalen Ramsey 2.0, so definitely isn't happening. Two guys who I definitely see us maybe taking at pick 11 is Denzel Ward of Ohio State and Josh Jackson of Iowa. Denzel Ward, just an amazing cover corner, and many people around the Ohio State program and Marshawn Lattimore said that he's the best overall athlete that they've ever been around. So if Marshawn Lattimore says that Denzel Ward is a better athlete than him, that just would categorize him as a superhero. Like we all saw that what Marshawn Lattimore did this year for the Saints, just absolutely dominant. So Denzel Ward, with his physical traits and his ability to cover, in his first year, would just be an absolutely tremendous, impactful player, similar to Marshawn Lattimore. And Josh Jackson, Pro Football Focus for some reason is really high on us taking him. They've put Josh Jackson at pick 11 in their last two mock drafts, so I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, he's got tremendous ball skills. I mean, he had 8 interceptions this season, which is just crazy for a college season, only playing 12 games. So Josh Jackson, 6'3", big corner, absolutely love him on the team, and really would help us to move on from Tony Lippett or Bobby McCain if they decide to bolt from the team. So Josh Jackson definitely is an option at pick 11. Okay, so moving on to safety. Honestly, there's only two guys right here who I could see us taking at pick 11, and that's Derwin James and Ronnie Harrison of Alabama. Derwin James of Florida State. Florida State just continuing to turn out just impressive DBs, secondary players. Derwin James, 6'3", just looks like Cam Chancellor 2.0. Would love him. Absolutely love him on the team, but he looks more of a strong safety. But if there's a player of his caliber there, he could be an option at pick 11. But really don't see us taking a safety in the first round here. But that's the whole point of this video. Just going over all of our options at every position for pick 11. Ronnie Harrison of Alabama, incredibly explosive safety. Would absolutely love him on the team. So that's it for all our options here in the first round. So yeah, just give me some feedback. Let me know if I missed any guys or if you disagree. And as always, fins up, baby. Going to be having many more videos about our second round options, our third round, and mid round picks. So be sure to be looking out for those videos. Going to be going over guys who definitely the Dolphins will be looking at later on in the draft. Alrighty, guys. See you in the next one.